Hello everyone, this is Darwe. In this video, we will learn how to add more details to digital forms in KoboToolbox. By the end of this video, you will be able to apply form features, including mandatory response, skip logic, and validation criteria to enhance data quality in digital forms. Manage language translation within forms. Deploy forms for survey data collection, and manage submitted data in KoboToolbox, including viewing, creating custom data visualization reports. For each question, there are 4 icons. Here, the first one, settings. Then, if you want to delete question, you can use this icon. And to duplicate question, you can use this icon, and to add question to library, again, the 4th icon. Now, how to add mandatory response, or how to set mandatory response for each question. So we use this icon, settings, near to each question. So we use this setting icon, then we add mandatory response. By default, it's not mandatory type of question. Whether it is mandatory or not, it is labeled as no, so we can change into yes. Of course, since it is the name, it should be optional. So no need to change from the default form. Let me close this one. Let me proceed to this one, the second one. Already it has been labeled as mandatory. Now when you come to how old are you, again, using settings here, click it, and then we can change into mandatory response type question. So then if you close this one, obviously it has been selected. So the mandatory response option is very important because it does not allow a respondent or enumerator submission without filling in a form. This command reduces missing values and incomplete responses. The second important feature in the KoboToolbox is the skip logic. For skip logic, again, we can use the same icon, settings. In the settings, we get skip logic. By default, all questions are always visible. When you apply skip logic, it controls which question should be displayed only if a certain condition is fulfilled. It automatically shows or hides questions based on previous responses. For example, let us add this question. Do you have children? And the response options are yes or no. Then the next question, the follow-up question is, how many children do you have? Now, all respondents should not be forced to answer to this question. This question should not be provided to all respondents. Rather, we need to ask only for those respondents who answered yes for question, do you have children? Therefore, we need to set skip logic. So in a Kobo, this is really very useful and very important, especially in order to save time for respondents, because respondents answer only relevant questions if we use skip logic. Then let us add this question to the form. Clicking the plus symbol, it is number 10. The form of this question is select one. It takes either yes or no. Therefore, choose this one, select one. Option 1, yes. Option 2, no. And give note. Then give codes for the response options. Code 1 and code 2. The next question is almost follow-up question. How many children do you have? Which requires skip logic. Now let us add again this as the next question, question number 11. Again, using plus sign, we write question here, question number 11. And the response options, the response option for this question is number, how many children. So it is in number form. Then when we add here, we use number, the proper response option or the nature of the question. Then click here. Then how do you apply skip logic here? We just click setting icon. And here you get, in the settings, you get skip logic and validation criteria. Then we click skip logic. Click skip logic. Then we add condition here. We add condition. Then we click add a condition. We add condition for answering question number 11. Then it says this question will only be displayed if the following conditions apply. Then here, the condition in this case is the condition should be for this question to be displayed. The response for question number 10 should be yes. So we add this condition. Then we select here question 10 to add condition. So we add, do you have children? So the condition is this question. So for question 11 to be displayed, how many children do you have? The response for do you have children should be yes. Actually, by default, the first response option is yes. That's why by default we get yes. But click it and you can change it. Anyway, now it is yes, so we need to select yes. So this question, question 11, will only be displayed if the answer for question 10, do you have children, is equal to yes. And then if you want to delete, you can use this one. To save it, then you just close it. Now the condition has been included here. Now let us check whether the skip logic is applied or not by just preview form. Let us preview form. Here at the end, you see question number 11 is not displayed here. It's displayed only if the response for question number 10 is yes. If it is no, not displayed. If it is yes, it is displayed. So in such a way, we can make the form shorter and smarter, which would also save the time of respondents. Another important feature to be included in the form is validation criteria. Let us add validation criteria for the question, how old are you? Since the target population is household, we may assume that the valid response for this question is age within the range of 18 to 99 years. Then we can apply validation criteria. Then let us go to the question. How old are you? This is the question. How old are you? So using again the setting icon, we click it. And from the settings, we click validation criteria. Validation criteria. Then we add again condition here. We provide rules in order to control the type or range of responses entered into a form. Then add question. It says this question will be valid only if the following conditions apply. This question response has to be, so as per our evaluation, since the target population is household, we want information only from those respondents having an age of greater than 18 years old and less than 99 years old. So here we click greater than the response 18. And the second, again, we can add here, enter it or click anywhere outside of this value, just enter, or you can simply enter and then add another condition for the second range. The first range is 18, the second range is 99. And then here less than or equal to 99. Yeah, and then maybe if the responses are out of these conditions, out of this range, then we may give error message. We may type the error message to be displayed whenever the responses are out of this range. So here, maybe we could write like this: invalid response, or out of the range, as we like, invalid response. Maybe to be more positive, out of the range, out of the range. So age is out of the range. So go to the now let us preview the form and check whether validation criteria are applied or not. Go to the question, how old are you? Let us enter question. For this question, assume out of the range, for example, 15. Then if you go there, you see out of the range. So this does not allow the respondents or enumerators without correcting, without inputting the correct or the valid response. It says out of the range. The next important issue is how to add language translation in KoboToolbox, particularly to enhance the response rate and to increase the data quality. It is advisable to use multiple languages so that the respondents and enumerators use their preferred language. To apply this language translation, again, let us go to the form. Here, always don't forget to save this form, and the notification is there, successfully updated. Now we close the form. Now we are going to apply language translation. we are going to add another language. So let us close this one. This is the editing version for the form, so close it. So the project is socioeconomic survey. If you want to return back to the home page of your account, you can click this one, and then you get the home page of your form with all deployed forms as well as draft and archived forms. You can also view how many submissions are available for each project. For example, for the first project, 8 submissions. For the second employee creativity project, about 365 submissions. You can just review the submission status of all of your projects. Now our interest is to add language for socio-economic survey project. So this is the summary, and you can here you can edit the form. You click this one, the pencil icon, eye icon again. If you want to preview form, you use this icon. If you want to share the project to other, maybe your friends or to the enumerators, you can share the project. Now we wanted to add language. Then we click form. Open or click form. Then you will get the language option from the setting globe, this setting globe icon, this icon, manage. So we click this one. And the default language name, let us use English as default language, English. And the code for English from the link you can get from this link, or you can just open this one and you get the course for number of languages. For time being, here for English EN, therefore we can use EN. So this is just set. You click set, means we have set the default language. Chinese, for example, ZH is the code. For Germany, DE. Arabic, AR. For our local language, for example, AM for Amharic, OM for Oromo or Afan Oromo. Now, for English, the default language is in, then we first set it. Then we can add language. For example, let us translate. We want to translate the English version 4 to Amharic, for example. Then we write Amharic. Its code is AM. Its code is AM. Then we type AM, and then we add. Click add. So the notification is there, successfully added. Now, in order to translate the English form to Amharic, then we click this one, the globe icon, this icon, okay, update translation. If you wanted to edit language, you can use this one. So currently we have the form in English, which is the default language. Now we want to translate into Amharic. Then we click this one. We may add even many more language. then click add. For example, we want to add or Afan Oromo, then Oromo, and the code is OM. The code is OM, then it is lowercase OM, then add. So you get notification here successfully updated. Now assume we wanted to translate the English version, the English form to Amharic. Then we click update translations. Then you get the original string, the original questions, all questions, and then the response options are available at the end, around the end of the form. So following the form, you add the translation. For example, here, if you take maybe I have a translation for 6, then we just add, click add, and for you scroll down, for example, we can also, is only for example about how old are you, then question no, already I have here translated, copy, and then here add. Here we should make sure that all question items and response options are translated completely and correctly. This is only for illustration purpose. Once we have completed the translation for all questions and response options, of course, in every page, we should not forget to save changes. Okay, we need to save the changes, then here, save changes. And then you have to make sure that all question items and response options are translated completely and correctly. In such a way, you can translate into another language. And then after finishing it, saving it, and then you close it. So you get the form in multiple language. If you go to preview, so this form is available into language, and new box appears on the top of the form. The default language is English, so English is displayed since it is the default language. Then if you click here, you get in Amharic as well. If you add another language, you get as many languages as you added here. So in Amharic, we have only 2 translations. We have translations for only 2 question items. That's why here we get the 2 question items. But the point here is we can translate, we can add a multiple language into our form in this way. Then the next point is deploy the form. When you say deployment or deploy the form, it is the process of making a digital form ready and available for data collection. Once a form is deployed, it means that the form becomes active on mobile devices or web browsers. Therefore, in order to collect the data, we have to deploy the form. Once we have completed everything, properly developing the form, previewing the form, managing the translations, maybe adding multiple language. Once we have completed such kind of issue, including the details like skip logic, validation criteria, then we need to deploy in order to collect the data. Therefore, just from the form again, from the form command on the top of the KoboToolbox, near to in between summary and data. Here you get, okay, from the form you get deploy. Then you click this one. You click deploy. You see the notification, deployed form, and have selected online, offline, both online, offline option to collect the data. Multiple submission is also possible here. Therefore, make sure to make sure online, offline option is selected. Then another important issue is allow submission to this form without a username and password. You can create username and password for your enumerator, for example, but for respondents, if you want to share the link to different individuals as respondents, then it may not be manageable to create username and password. So better to allow submissions without, okay, username and password, because our interest is to collect data, quality data. Basically our purpose when you undertake research, our purpose is to get quality data as quick as possible. So if that's the case, no need to use username and password. So better to allow submissions to this form without a username and password. Now, okay, already it is deployed. If you make any change in the form, don't forget to redeploy. Okay, you can even go to the preview, as well as if you want to edit in the form builder, you just use this one and then you can edit it. If you make a certain change in your form, you need to redeploy it. Now, once you have finalized the form, then we just click copy here. We can copy the link. Then we copy the link and then share with the respondents. Copy the link and share with the respondents. So we can just here, you can share with the respondents through Telegram address or through email or in any online platform. So this is now the link for our form. If you just click it, we can open it. If you click it, so we can open this link. We can open the link in browser, in another browser. Here, the form, okay, the deployed form looks like this. Then in your mobile again, you can get this one, and then now this form is ready for data collection. So this digital form ready for and available for data collection. Then the last point is manage submitted data in KoboToolbox, including viewing and creating custom data visualization reports. Once the digital form is deployed, it is ready for data collection. During the data collection process, it is very important to manage and monitor form submissions using KoboToolbox. This would ensure, in order to get complete and accurate survey data. Therefore, to manage the form submissions, particularly to monitor, to review it,
we have to go to the data navigation tab of KoboToolbox. So we open this tab. Since this project has no submitted data, so let us use the form through which the data have been collected. So better if you use another project. So in order to go back to the home page of KoboToolbox, we click this command. Is by clicking this command, and let us use the form which has the submitted data. Let us use this project. So in order to manage and monitor the form submissions, we open the data navigation tab here, and then automatically you'll get in tabular form. So from this table, just you can see so far there are about 75 submissions. Then we can review individual responses in KoboToolbox. Then we can open and review every submitted questionnaire individually. So here, this is a latest submission, for example. Then for every submission, you'll get the icon. Here you get view. So you click it. If you click it, so you can review, you can monitor the responses of this particular individual for every question. And so you can undertake quick review. Then you can close it. So from here, KoboToolbox allows users to review and to open every submitted questionnaire. So we can we can quickly review responses to all questions about the start and end of the survey. If you take this, the start and end of the survey, start and end time can be reviewed. Just from the two values, you can know the total time taken in order to complete this survey. This helps to identify unusually short or long durations. So you can take some corrective actions depending on their response. Viewing preliminary findings is also possible in KoboToolbox. We can quickly review, we can quickly just go through the preliminary findings. So KoboToolbox provides automatic summaries and reports from submitted data. So we can view preliminary findings in KoboToolbox. Just click this tab, Reports. So reports are displayed in bar chart and in tables. If you take, for example, the second question about sex of the respondents, around 21% of the respondents are female. Therefore, for every question, you can quickly view preliminary findings and review distribution of responses. So overall, effective management of form submissions improves the accuracy, completeness, and reliability of survey data. Thank you for watching. See you in another video.